Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another amazing episode of John's Talk Show. I am your host, and this is the official episode 11. So sadly, I'm alone today. I'm not going to explain why, and I'm not going to talk about it because that doesn't matter. But I thought I did actually have a pretty interesting topic for today. And it's something that I had on my mind earlier today while I was at work. And it just kind of came up in my mind. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do this episode. So let me just read just real quick. Now, before I get started, I want to mention that I think I was trying to do in the last video. I don't remember what I was doing. But we have a website. You can go on there and you can check out our videos for free without any need of looking at advertisements. So if we do tend to have advertisements on YouTube, do not worry. If you tend to be frustrated by them, you can go over to our website and you can just watch them for free without any kind of worry. Well, the only exception being advertisements. But you know what? Fuck it. I think that's pretty much it. There's not really much to talk about there other than the fact that we don't really have a Spotify. I want to get one, but that's probably never going to happen. Anyway, let's just get started with this topic. I'm probably not going to try to have this long because this is a very kind of hot topic, but I want to get talking about it because I know that a lot of people, they associate themselves with believing. And just like when I'm getting started today, it's called, what's it called? So essentially what we're going to be talking about is religion and culture. Now, culture and religion are technically, different in terms of what they are, but they go based off of pretty much like who you are as a person. Now, culture is more of like who you are and everyone else. Like, for instance, like, I guess Americans is a good example. Like, our culture, a lot of Americans' culture is, you got American Christmas, you got American, what is it? Halloween. This is definitely American. Thanksgiving. Then you got also Easter and 1st of July, which for us is not first, 4th of July, sorry. And then you got January 1st, which is of course, the day in which we go into the next year, which I'm assuming is for a lot of different kinds of countries, but again, that's all like time based. And I'm assuming I think China is like the only one that like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about that. I think there's one or a few countries that do have like their January 1st being a little bit before, like a few months before or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, despite that though, basically culture, you have different kinds of food and all that kind of thing. And personally for me, my culture is kind of a mystery, but I'm assuming based off of what my parents told me, I am part German. And it's something that I kind of want to get into, and it's one of the things that I'm kind of learning in terms of language. I'm kind of trying to learn German, but here's the problem though. I am a very huge mess. And it's just because like I just tend to want to do so many things at this young age. Like I just see something and I'm like, I want to see how you do that. But someone like me though, I tend to want to learn more about myself and my culture. Like I want to know where my family came from and stuff like that. But again, sometimes me wanting to learn about who I am also depends on what I'm feeling in the moment, because not all the time am I feeling like in the mood to learn. And sometimes my dad would kind of ruin that for me. Like he won't exactly talk about that in a moment where I actually want to learn about our family. usually it's in a time when I'm literally less of a give a shit. But that's just because, everyone has their own time periods in which they want to learn, and sometimes they just do not teach me things. I just want to be myself. Or I want to talk to people. I don't know. But again, my culture is again part of the American parts, but I am also part German, and I do want to know if I really am German or not. If I really am, though, then that means that I would love to learn more about my language, of the language of German, because and apparently from what people keep telling me though, like German and English, like English is kind of borrowed into the German, or it was a German borrowed into English. I don't remember which way it was, but basically German is pretty similar to English, and I'm easily able to understand it. Like I can look at some words and I'll be like, oh, I know what that means. But again, that can always be different as well. Like maybe it spelled that way, but in reality, it's not meaning the same way. I don't know. But yeah, culture is something that I'm more like I'm willing to get more into, if as long as I'm in that mood and I'm in that mindset of like I want to know more. But I'm not always in that mood. There's a lot of times when I would rather focus on other stuff at the moment, but that's kind of when I'm like just like on the extra time, like, you know what? An extra few minutes. Now, alongside culture, there's also religion, which religion is basically the belief into a specific kind of uh I wouldn't say it's culture. I would say it's more like a cult in some cases, but it's also a culture. Or in other places, it's just a religion in general. It's basically just a belief in something. In this case, of course, I'm going to be talking about Christianity as the main primary subject for today, because I don't really know a lot about other ones. But essentially, because I used to kind of be a Christian a few years ago before I kind of started working at Walmart. Although I kind of still kept around, because I did have two crosses, very small crosses. One of them had the fish, which I'm pretty sure a lot of those actual well-known Christians would probably be familiar as to what that's pointing towards. It's basically just a symbol of a fish that also, when you twist it around, it basically also looks like a cross. And then I had another one that was mainly just a bunch of jewels, but it was basically a cross as well. Nothing special. But I lost them both, so I don't really have them anymore. But since then, though, since I lost them, I kind of rethought my thoughts on what I believed in terms of religion. Now, before I used to kind of believe in terms of religion as more of I was kind of there. Like I believed in, Christian, Jesus and God, and I believed some of the things back then, but I kind of quickly changed how I was, because I started to think that uh maybe I'm thinking of this wrong. Now, technically, I don't believe in Jesus and God as gods. I think of them as just regular people with regular names, and they were just born, and basically these ideal subjects, people, these ideal people back then, a long time ago, that were just a huge favorite amongst people. Like they had a huge crowd of fans, they had a huge crowd of people around them, and they just, a part of me just feels like as though that Christianity was just built on these people who just, you know, they marched forth with this idea of, what they go for in Christianity. Basically, the book was written after them and stuff like that. I don't know if that's really true. I mean, I think Jesus might have wrote the Bible, or maybe it was someone else that wrote the Bible again after them. But because I'm not really a Christian anymore, I just think that they were just regular people, and I just think that they just arose something great for people, and it just made people feel safe and feel good that they can venture forth. The real reason why I wanted to talk about this, and I don't have any problems with religion. I'm just an idiot because I'm not smart as I used to. Like I'm not able to think clearly anymore. But all I can really say though is that in terms of religion, people tend to use Christianity as the primary subject, and a lot of excuses that I've been seeing online constantly, specifically Twitter. People will use Christianity as an excuse to fight against people that are different than them. LGBT for a good example as that. People use this as an example to treat them poorly, which, no, that is just bullshit. Okay, that just shows you more that you're just delusional to your very religion. Here's my important words, okay, as to what you should do. Here's a great thing to do when you're believing a religion. Do not listen to people that are trying to ruin your feelings towards everyone else. If your religion is affecting your way of seeing other people in a wrong way, I do not think you should be associated with that religion. Mainly because it can really corrupt you in a bad way. And I'm not saying this is true either. Like, I don't believe that this might actually be true, but I do believe religion has just become an important aspect that nowadays it's just became this, like, on accident corruption that affects governments and corporations, and it turns them into these corrupted organizations slash governments that just treat people poorly because of their beliefs. And they don't realize that sometimes, like, Christianity is being used as an excuse or just being rewritten to have these false lies that doesn't make any sense. And they're just used to manipulate people to believe the false reality of what that religion's really about. So then you got these two separate copies of Christianity. You have the actual real one, and then you have the fake one that people are just rewriting to do this. I don't have any proof of this. Just look up online and try to find different kinds of sources of Bibles. I'm pretty sure if you look really closely enough, there are actual fake Bibles out there that people wrote. And it looks so believable that churches use sometimes, and they don't even realize that it's the real Bible, and they just become corrupted as fuck. Again, though, I could always be wrong, but it's just that I feel like that's what's happening to a lot of people out there. They're being told these false truths just for the sake of these churches to get money out of people or something. Or maybe getting some kind of service. I don't know what's going on, but let me tell you, not only do I think that is just bad, like, you should be trying to go for the truth of a religion, like the good side of a religion, not the bad side of religion, because if you go too deep into the bad religions, then you're kind of delving into this accidental criminal that is all based around your religion. Sure, yes, you can believe in whatever you want, but the problem with that is when it comes down to illegal activities. Just because you believe in these kinds of activities based off your religion doesn't mean that these are okay things to do. No, it doesn't matter what they are. If it's illegal based off of the country, like, I'm assuming America does not allow these criminal activities to be pursued. That's basically like sinful, like, kinds of religions, like people that believe in devil and are doing sacrifices and just really fucked up shit. They're doing illegal activities. It doesn't matter if it's a religion. That's still bad. You're not, like, that's illegal. You're not supposed to kill someone. You're not supposed to sacrifice someone. Even if it is part of your religion, that's still fucked up. Doesn't matter. That's still a fucked up thing to do. And I think, like, I do think that maybe some countries do ban certain religions, and I don't know if the US is the same one, or if they allow these religions, or if they technically are considered illegal and they're kind of finding these bad people that are doing these religions or something like that. But all I can say is, if your religion is harming people either mentally or physically in a bad way, that is not good. And I do not think that religion is good for people. I think it's bad. I like more religions that are more accepting towards people. Like, they accept people for who they are. give people hope and a willpower to move forward. Like Christianity in some way is kind of like that. It's basically Jesus saying that he loves everyone and that he accepts everyone, and that as long as you don't do these like clearly bad things, like I'm assuming what he means by bad things is like rape, suicide, killing other people, bestiality, child pornography, and all these other kind of things that are clearly bad. I'm assuming that's what he's going for. If it's something that doesn't actually harm somebody, like the LGBT community has literally nothing to do with bestiality or child pornography or whatever, that stuff is all separate. Like, that's just bad stuff. That's clearly bad. The LGBT community is just defining who you are as a person, and those pedophiles, of course, no, we don't consider them part of the community. We consider them criminals, bad people. No, all because the LGBT community is just about genders, and that's really all it is from the most part. It's just about genders and your sexual interest of a certain gender. From what I can tell, that's all that is. It has nothing to do with fucking age. Like, if it's about age, then yeah, that's a problem. I don't think that should be associated with that. I think that should be like its own column of just illegal categories. Like, I'm bisexual, and I think these bestiality and child stuff, child sexuality and stuff like that, I think that's all just wrong. I think all of the clearly bad stuff is wrong. And if a religion is associated with these illegal stuff, like, clearly that's bad. I don't think that deserves to exist, or and should be banned from America or like any kind of state or any country out there, unless it's like its own country, which then we don't really have we don't have the ability to do anything about that. But I'm assuming something bad could happen associated with that. But yeah, religion is a very hot topic. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not saying that I don't like religion. It's like, I will accept you in terms of your religion. If you want to believe in any kind of other religion, go ahead. I don't care. It's your business. Believe in what you want. But there is another thing, though. Do not force people to be associated with your religion. There's like, I think there was like 2 words that are kind of closely associated with that. I don't know what the words are, but basically it's forcing someone to join you in your part of your religion, which I don't think you should do. Don't ever force someone upon your religion. The best that you can really do is just like, I don't know, like, instead of pushing them and stuff like that, just convince them as to like what your religion's about, like, and what kind of good can it do for you. But don't force it, or don't like push it onto them in any kind of like pushing way. Like, always have it as subtle and try to like ease them into it, if that's what you're really trying to do. Like, try to make them engage upon your religious activities in like a really polite way. And if that person doesn't want to, then just tell them like, okay, that's fine. You don't have to be associated with this. I'm just, I just thought it would be fun for you. Like, maybe you get to be interested in something new. That kind of thing. Like, be polite, be nice upon them. As long as that religion does not affect people personally, does not harm them in any kind of way, and for the most part doesn't like treat them like shit or treat other people's like shit, or doesn't make people like an inequality. Like, I don't think inequality in a religion deserves to exist. I think that's just bullshit. It's just another way of excuse for being an asshole. But yeah, religion's a very hot topic. But that's pretty much just my defining traits as to what a good religion is. People being treated like good. There's no like illegal crimes happening, and that it clearly like treats everyone properly, equality, and is just like this nice religion that gets people to feel good about themselves and feel like as if they're part of this community, that also associate along with the other kind of terms that won't risk them personally in terms of crimes and bad kind of things. LGBT community is not bad. It's just people defining who they are as a person. And I think that that's just like another step in terms of how fucking negative people can get with just a simple thing that literally has nothing to do with the stuff that they keep combining with, and it's fucking annoying. And like I said though, I used to be a Christian. I wasn't fully into it. And the closest I really got to reading the Bible was a fucking Bible club that I had in middle school. But the only reason why I even went there was because of cookies. Apparently the guy there offered some cookies for people to go there, and I just basically ate a bunch of cookies there because I just fucking loved them. They were just delicious, and I just enjoyed being there. I don't think they were like the best kind of cookies though. I think they were kind of close to Oreos, but they weren't exactly my favorite. I would say that they're kind of like a nice like 5 out of 10. And they were okay, maybe like a 7 out of 10 at the best, but they weren't really like my best favorite cookies. But I still went there anyway because there were cookies nonetheless, and I was a fucking teenager. What do you expect? I wanted fucking sugar. I didn't really get a lot of sugar from where I used to live when I was in middle school, so obviously it was the only chance I really had. It was a nice little dessert after some lunch during because that's usually when we go is during lunchtime. I would go into the building. We had like a little room where they would basically set up this little meeting for church or like a little Bible reading, and we'd just sit in there, eat some cookies, and just read the Bible with the head man there, which I'm assuming was a huge Christian person, or like he was either a priest or like some kind of like headmaster of the church or some kind of guy like that, or maybe just a teacher or like a teacher of church or Christianity. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really remember. Like, I don't know what exactly those people are called. You can tell me in the comments. Like, what is that guy that just kind of goes to schools and like teaches kids about the Bible or like teaches them about reading, or is it just some like a random teacher that's just like that just knows about the Bible? I don't know. That's the closest I really got, and I don't not remember a single fucking line from that Bible. I did not focus too much on the Bible. The only reason why I was over there is because of the Bible, because of the cookies. But like I said though, the only reason why I was kind of trying to go for Christianity was only because Christianity kind of felt right for me because it just kind of felt like this community of people who treated everyone equally and that they love them for who they are and they do not want them to change. That's what I want. But if Christianity is so fucked up nowadays that that's not technically true, or maybe we were always being told the lie of the truth, I don't know. But if Christianity is not the acceptance of everyone and people just want you to change just so you can be a part of this community, that's fucked up. And I'm not going to be associated with that. Again, though, it's not the fact that I don't it's not like I still believe that there was a person named Jesus that was born. I do believe that maybe he was a great person that just had a Bible wrote after him. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I never read the Bible. I don't know anything about that. The only thing I know is there was a guy named Jesus, and he had a great leadership, and he was put on the cross by some people that were against him. That's pretty much all I know from just very subtle text. I think that's pretty much it in terms of religion. And there's several other kinds of religions. You know, you got the Egyptians, you got the whatever kinds of other religions are over there. You got the ones like where women have to wear these like mostly covered clothing, and men have to usually open the door for them. They usually have to be around them and all in public. I'm assuming because of safety, or something else. I don't know, but and then you got obviously India, which it's culture / religion. I don't know if it was a religion or a culture, but they're basically based off of the fact that teenage girls have to marry older people. It's either older men or another male teenager of the same age or something like that. Which, that's a whole different fucking can of beans that I'm not gonna fucking open. Which I don't even know if that's bad or if like we just have to accept it because that's just another country that we can't really change, because I'm assuming it's a corrupted country like China and Russia. Probably less corrupted, but definitely very polluted over there. Anyway, I know this is a very hot topic, but I had this in mind today, and I just kind of wanted to release some thoughts about it. Again, if you don't believe anything I say, it's okay. I love to learn from you guys about whether what the Bible says, like the actual Bible says about LGBT. I'm assuming it doesn't say anything about that. I think the closest it probably ever says in there is that like he loves everyone, and he doesn't give a shit about who you are. And then there's of course that whole misconception that apparently in like a picture some guy was trying to kiss Jesus, and people were thinking as though because a part of that Bible that are associated with that picture is basically Jesus saying like, "Are you about to sin the Son of God?" But I think there was something else about there that has nothing to do with that being gay. It's people being misconcepted by that very image. I don't know if that was even a word, concepted. No, they're being mistaught by this image about what its actual meaning is. And I feel like it has something else to do with like that guy that was trying to kiss Jesus, that quote unquote kiss Jesus, was actually, what was it? Like I think game theory kind of touched a little bit on it about like the fact that what's it called? That guy in that image was sold his soul to the devil or was about to steal gold from Jesus or something like that. I don't know what it was, but I know that he was doing something that was just not good in the background of the Bible. Like it was something in the background that Jesus was hinting towards. I don't think it has anything to do with being gay in that image. If it was, shit, I need to stay the fuck away from that religion because I do not want to be part of it. Christianity must be a lot more toxic than that. But like I said though, I don't think it's really the case though. I really do think it's just because that guy was basically selling his soul to the devil or just something like that. I don't remember. You can correct me in the comments, but sorry about that. But I think that's pretty much it. I don't really have anything else about that whole thing. I'm assuming it's pretty much it. Just remember that if you're treating people like shit because of your religion, I don't think that religion is good for you if you're going to be mistreating people wrongly. Like don't be like those assholes. You need to be a good I think we need more good people in this world, not worse people that just want to treat everyone like crap because they're different than you. Even if it is part of your religion, I still think it's bullshit that you have to treat them like that. I don't think it's a good idea to be too focused on a religion or being too deep into the religion, because sometimes that can corrupt you very easily by the religion. You can basically be overpowered by this religion and you no longer think straight and you just become this person of this religion, and it's just too much. Like I think it's just a bit too much. Like still like treat like your religion nicely as well, like of course, but like if you're doing it too much, it feels like a little bit like you just kind of lost it. But again, you can do that if you want to, just as long as it's not treating you wrong against other people, or if it's making you kill or harm people. Because if I go to a house and this guy is like sacrificing somebody in their house because of their religion, guess what? I'm calling the fucking cops. I don't care if it's your religion or you try to say those it's religion. The cops don't see it that way. They see it as though that you're being a fucking crazy ass maniac. It doesn't even matter. I don't even think religion protects you from those crimes. Like I think they basically consider that like a bad, like that's still bad. So I don't know. It's a whole topic. It's a huge discussion and it's a very hot topic. Again, engage with your own kind of religion. I do not care what you do. Just remember, treat people with respect, even though they don't have the same religion as you. Do not force that religion on them. Do not sacrifice, kill, or commit suicide. Do not harm people in any kind of way, mentally or physically. Even children. Please do not fucking hurt children, okay? Not even animals. As well, I mean, yeah, cultures are kind of where that kind of gray line kind of goes in. But again, it's fucking complicated. There's so many factors. So much stuff. But again, I don't have a problem And I love everyone for the religion that they go for. Do whatever you want. Just remember the things that I say in this video. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. I know this is a hot topic, but hey, I wanted to release my thoughts on it. Tell me what you guys think in the comments about what you think about religions and cultures. Just remember to keep it respectful. Don't be too rude upon other people's religions. Try to keep it professional or just very nice, and just remember to consider other people's emotions while you're writing it. And if it does tend to offend people, just remember to say like you're sorry if anyone if it offends anyone. Then people will be respecting that you're just trying to say what you think. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening, and of course, I will be seeing you guys out for episode number 12. Which again, I have no idea what the topic will be or what's going to be happening that week because these videos are very unpredictable. See you guys all next week. And, next week in terms of, you get the point. I'll see you guys all later.